Hi guys, hello, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video we're going to talk about Adisu Umbria. Okay, that is the fully funded scholarship for that of universities and AFAMS institutions in Umbria. Okay, so let's get right into it. So who can apply? Students going for bachelor's degree, master's degree, PhD, specialization programs in AFAMS institutions. Universities or AFAMS institutions featured that of the Conservatorio di Musica di Perugia, Istituto Italiano Design Perugia, that of the University degli Studi di Perugia, the University per Stranieri, Accademia Belle Arti Pietro Vannucci di Perugia. Let's talk about the general scholarship benefits. It comes with stipends, accommodation, meals, international mobility, and that of the possibility of tuition reduction. Let's talk about the merit requirements. Okay, so take notes for students, first year students. The merit requirements for those going for bachelor's degree with the duration of 3 years is that of 20 CFU, and it should be gotten by 30th of April 2025. Okay, they should get this to be able to reserve the right to get the other installments of the scholarship amount. So take note, within this year the amount is going to be given to the students based just on the their economic situation. Okay, but then the merit requirements for first year students is done ex post. Okay, so you are required to make this credit within this time frame, which is 30th of April 2025. So let me go through a couple of them. You can check the total list later. Okay, so for bachelor's degree 20, for those going for master's degree of unique cycle, which has a duration of 5 years, they need 20 credits. Those going for master's degree with a duration of 2 years, they also need 20 credits. Those going for master's degree in biotechnology, they need 19 credits. Those going for courses in bachelor's degree in economia and cultura dell'alimentazione, they need 17 credits, and some other, as you can see the entire list. I don't want to waste you guys your time, but then you can quickly go through the list on the portal. This is the first deadline within which students are needed to make this needed credit. So if they make it by 30th of April, they can get the second half of the scholarship amount by 30th of June 2024. If they make it by 10th of August 2025, okay, they have the right to receive the second installment of the amount by 30th of September 2024. But then if they do make this merit requirement, you can see as long as it is by 30th of November 2025, in this situation, then the students only reserve the rights. Okay, they do just get the first installment already paid to them, but then they lose access to the scholarship. So please do take note of that. Okay, because by 10th of November 2025, remember the scholarship would have already been open, and then you should have met the merit requirement to be able to include it in the scholarship that I want to renew the scholarship. So if you don't make it within this deadline, you just lose, you just get to keep the first installment of the scholarship amount, and then you lose being able to renew the scholarship. So please take note of that. Then the merit requirements for years successive to the first year, you can see here. For those going for bachelor's degree for 3 years, they need 25 credits if they're applying a second year, 80 credits if they're applying in the third year, and then in the last semester they need 135 credits. Those going for the master's degree of unique cycle, which has a duration of 5 years, they need 25 credits if they're applying the second year, 80 credits if they're applying the third year, 135 credits if they're applying the fourth year, 190 credits if they're applying the fifth year, and then in the last semester they need 245 credits. Okay, so for those going for courses in master's degree, which has a duration which has a 2-year duration, they need 30 credits if they're applying in the second year. And then if they are applying, you know, in the last semester, should there be a situation where they extended, you know, where they extended their program for an extra semester, then they need to be applying with 80 credits. Okay, for all of these indications, those going for specific programs, I'm going to leave it for you guys to check it out on the portal itself, so that I don't waste your time. Let's move on. Let's talk about the economic requirements. Okay, so the economic requirement is the student should be presenting an EZE not superior to 27,726.79. okay, and then that of the value of the properties, assets, and everything should not exceed 60,275.66. In an instance where even one of this is superseded, the student is going to be excluded from the scholarship application. Okay, so let's talk about the scholarship amount. Okay, so students are divided in 3 categories, that is off-site students, commuter students, and that of, you know, students living within the vicinity. Okay, but then you can see for that of Adisu Umbria, off-site students are further divided into 2 categories. There are some situations where some off-site students want to be in their own accommodation other than the you know, the regional scholarship residences. Okay, so for this reason they've divided them in 2 categories. So for an off-site student, take note, the amount is also given based on different EZE caps. Okay, so an off-site student with a paid accommodation, that is, they are living in their own apartment, that off-site student, if they should present an EZE up to 13,863.40, then they are going to get 6,468.37. okay, if this same category of off-site student do present an EZE between 13,863.41 to that of 18,484.53, they're going to get 5,415.97 euros. If this category of off-site students still presents an EZE between 18,484.54 to that of 23,105.66 euros, then they are going to get 3,791.1018 euros. If this category of off-site students do present an EZE between 23,105.67 to that of 27,726.79, then they're going to be getting 2,707.99. okay, these are the amounts for an off-site student with paid accommodation. Okay, the off-site students with accommodation with the regional body presenting an EZE up to 13,863.40 will be getting 4,668.37. If that same category of off-site student presents an EZE between 13,863.41 to that of 18,484.53, they'll be getting 3,615.97. If the same category of off-site student do present an EZE between 18,484.54 to that of 23,105.66, they'll be getting 2,531.18. And then finally, if this category of off-site student do present an EZE between 23,105.60 to that of 27,726.979, then they'll be getting 1,807.99. okay, so as you know, those commuter students will be getting this amount, okay, depending on the kind of EZE that they present. And then in students Instead, those living in the vicinity will be getting this category of amounts depending on the EZ that they do present. Okay, so let us talk about the documents required. Okay, so for students that have their family have assets and that of income produced abroad, okay, they'll need to present documents relating to their family income, family composition, that of their properties and movable assets. Okay, so the year stated is that of 2023, so from January to that of 31st of December 2023. These documents need to be gotten from the authorities in your home country. It is actually these documents that are going to help the Adisu Umbria scholarship body to calculate the cap affiliated to the Adisu Umbria scholarship to calculate the IZE-UP for you. Okay, so it's the IZE-UP that the scholarship body actually wants, but then since you produce income outside of Italy, they will need this document from you so that they'll be able to calculate the IZE-UP. So do take note, students must complete the scholarship application, okay, by presenting the documentation certifying the income and assets, okay, produced and owned abroad. Okay, and you have to do that by uploading it onto the portal. In the application video, I'll be showing you where you can upload the document. Okay, so take note that you actually do upload the documents within the stipulated deadlines. Okay, so students are required to actually to keep the paper original document of income and assets owned abroad. Okay, and then Adisu reserves the right to request for the aforementioned document during the year for the purposes of any control over the income situation. Okay, so in an instance where one parent is not present in the family unit, take note that you must indicate whether it is by divorce or they were absent or they are separated, and then you need like certificates, kind of like a document certifying the statement that you've made. Okay, and then in an instance where the student has untraceable parents or their his or her parents abandoned him, you need documents coming from the authorities in your home country stating that you were abandoned by your parents. Okay, do take note, okay, that of the income made as of the year 2023 need to come from the public authorities in your home country that are in charge of tax management. Okay, so in an instance where family members of yours didn't work, they're on pension and all of that, you have to state it in the document and provide supporting documents. And then if a parent is on pension, you have to state the amount that they get from the pension in the scholarship document. Take note, any kind of properties owned and everything must clearly be stated in the document. Okay, so basically, if you need like more details regarding this, you can always email the Adisu Umbria team. Okay, you can email the scholarship body and ask for more details, because there are some students with unique situations, okay, and they are in the best position to actually advise you on how to go about the scholarship document. And then if you also have like some questions, you can reach out to the CAF, the approved CAF in the region to ask them basically details regarding this. Okay, now let us talk about notice to international students. So do take note, it is not enough that you're an international student to be considered an off-site student. The fact that you live outside of Italy is not enough for you to be considered an off-site student. What are you supposed to do for you to be considered an off-site student? You will need to present, especially for students that chooses not to go with the accommodation in the from the regional body. They choose they have to have their own accommodation, or they do not win accommodation. for these students, for them to be considered off-site students, you will need to upload onto the portal your house contract. Okay, you have to upload it onto the portal, and the contract should not be lesser than 10 months. Okay, and then it should be between 1st of October 2024 to that of 30th of September 2025. That is if the student is requesting for a year benefit, okay, annually. If the student is going for a semester benefit, then their house contract should be between 1st of October 2024 to that of 31st March 2025. Okay, the document should be uploaded on the Adisu Umbria website. It should be done by 7th of November 2024. What are the couple of documents that you need to present? You need to present a copy of the contract, okay, in your name. Okay, the copy of the contract that have been registered with the revenue agency, okay, Agencia de la Entrada. You will need to provide that, and then you need to provide the receipt of the registration of the contract from the revenue body, okay, with the date of registration and then the duration of the contract, the code, the identification code of the contract, the location of the house or the apartment, and then it should also be in your name. And then also it should include the codice fiscale of the student, okay, the tax ID of the student. In an instance where you can see the period of contract should not be less than 10 months. In an instance where it will be, expiring before 7th of November 2025, there is a need for you to communicate to them the renewal of the contract. Okay, it is not enough that it's been stipulated in the contract, but then you have to communicate to them the new renewed house contract. Okay, now let us talk about the publication of the rankings. Okay, so the list of those eligible for the scholarship will be published by 24th of September 2024. Then the ranking list for beneficiaries with bedding space will be released by that of 31st of December 2024. And then the list for those eligible for international mobility as well will be released by 31st of December 2024. Now let us talk about how to apply. So for you to apply, you go to www.adisu.umbria.it, and then you navigate to the student area, which should look like this: area riservati studenti, and then you register and then you sign in. Then you're going to choose 2024-2025 scholarship application. You fill the application, you confirm, and then you upload all needed documents. Don't worry, there's going to be a video guide coming to assist you guys on how to actually put in the scholarship application. Before talking about the deadlines, if you want to work with us at Admiral Edu Consult, kindly send us a DM on Instagram or do reach out to us through email. You can find it on my page. We believe in empowering students to achieve higher and quality education, and to do so at affordable price. Now let's talk about the deadlines. So the deadline for that of sending the application for all students is that of 3rd of September 2024, and that for students that are enrolling in programs that has limited access with national ranking, and that is especially for students coming to offer medical programs. The deadline is that of 30th of November 2024. For students coming to study specialized programs, the deadline is that of 2nd of April 2025, and then the deadline for the transmission of EZ for all students is that of 3rd of September 2024. But then for students that have income made abroad, for them their deadline is that of 3rd of September 2024 as well. And then you can see the next deadline is for all other students, okay, that make income abroad, is that of 31st of October 2024. 2024. Then the next deadline is that of 7th of November 2024 for the transmission of the house contracts document. Then the next deadline is that of 2nd of April 2025 for students matriculated in specialized programs. That is the deadline for them to send in the documents regarding their house contract. And then the next deadline is that of 3rd of September 2024 for all students regarding that of the international mobility application. And then for other students, it is that of 2nd of April 2025. That is if they should apply to a publication that open to a call that opened after 3rd of September 2024. The next deadline is that of 30th of June 2025 for that of students with an accommodation at a reduced rate. And then the next deadline is that of 30th of June 2025 for all students. That is for students with the canteen services at reduced rate. Okay, so it's basically like the deadline for the service. We've come to the end of this video. If you found value in it, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and I'm going to see you in another video. I'm wishing you guys the very, very best. Bye.